Well, howdy, folks. It's time for Beyond the Smoke Barbecue Talk. So grab your drink of choice and come gather around the fire as we talk all things Beyond the Smoke. Featuring pitmaster chats from all your favorite names in barbecue. We chat about competitions, pits, meats, and everything in between. From barbecue to grilling, from trimming to smoking, we got you covered. Got questions? Let us know. We're always happy to hear from you. Thanks for coming, friend. We're glad you're here. Now sit back, relax, and let's talk some barbecue. It's time to go Beyond the Smoke.
What's up, fellas?
What's up?
Oh, another Monday.
Where's your boy there? Where's your daddy there, Sam?
Shit, Leveland, that's the last place I seen him. I don't know where the hell he's at.
What's up, Chase?
What's up, Chase?
Can you hear me over there?
Yeah, I got you.
I can't, it didn't give me access this time to mess with the comments.
Oh, it's okay. I got you. There he is, Mr. Colin.
What's up, Colin?
World champ, fucking chicken cook.
Yeah.
Chicken head is what he is.
Yeah, ask him, Kyle, who taught him how to cook that chicken?
He just figured it out, man. That dude is a fucking genius, bro.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
What's going on, boys? How's the weather up there, Sam? It's fucking cold over here, dude.
It's fucking cold.
Chicken.
There it is.
I think it was about 30 all day, 35 maybe.
Little
barbecue evening.
What's up with that new logo there, Kyle?
It's the old one. I just turned it sideways. It wouldn't let me log in correctly, man. I don't know what's going on here. So
what's up, Bobby?
Hey, Jess. Hope you're feeling better.
Hey, Jess.
What up, girl?
Absolutely. Hell no, friend. His fat ass was in here panting, so I took it off.
Oh, man. What's up, boys? How's it going?
Man, it's Monday.
There he is. Oh, shit. He had to put up. Get a sponsor time in. Gotta get a sponsor time in. What's up, Anthony? Did you work today or what? Did you work today or what?
Yeah, man. I was running a little late today, bro. You know how it is.
You mean you don't get the day off today?
No, hell no. What's new, fellas? How y'all doing?
Good, man. Good. Just finishing up from the weekend.
Right on.
So
how'd that go?
It went pretty good, man. It went pretty good. We knocked it out. And there was plenty of food left over, so all my calculations were correct. and knocked it out, man. Knocked it out of the park for sure.
What'd you do? An eighth a pound, quarter pound per person, or what?
So I was gonna serve, but they told me that because of the sensitivity of the personnel that was there, I wasn't able to do it. I'm like, that's fine. I was like, so we just so I just cut them. I cut them as I went. I didn't. You know how it is whenever you don't want to cut briskets too early, right? So
yeah.
So I cut one, got it done, knocked it out, put it out. Went back to the trailer, did another one, did it like that, and everything turned out good, man. Turned out good. Everybody fucking loved it, man. Everybody loved the food. Got some new products we're gonna be putting on the trailer and see how it goes. I seem to like it, dude. So
right on, brother. Shit.
Got some plans for once the weather clears up, man. Honestly, but. Feels like I'm, chasing something. I don't know what the hell it is, but it's almost like if I don't get my ass out there, dude, it's almost like it's like a race, right? All the business bills are popping up and shit's due, or I gotta buy something else, and this and that, and if I don't get out, then that money needs to come in from somewhere.
So,
man. You got fucking money for days. I wouldn't even worry about it.
My ass, dude. I haven't gotten paid from my day job since the 31st of December.
Damn.
So we're hurting right now, man.
Hey, I do loans on a 12% interest.
12%. That's it.
I got $20, bro. I got $20.
That's it. 12%. I might take you up on that offer, man.
$20 is what I got.
Yeah. But no, I cooked all day. What is it? Friday. I was off on Friday, so actually started on Thursday, and those briskets ended up taking about 16 hours, dude.
Damn.
And it was close to about 16 hours on those briskets. But like I said, that cabinet smoker, man, it just chugs along, right? Chugs along. Yeah. Didn't use much fuel, and probably used, if I was to guess, 8 to 10 pounds of fuel for 16 hours. So can't beat that.
Man, no. I'm excited to light up my pit maker vault. Jessica yelled at me a little bit for getting that thing to put in the trailer, but I think it's gonna be badass, bro. I was talking to old dude about it. He said he was running 14, 16 hours, same thing. 8 to 10 pounds. So he was telling me, another friend of mine's got one. He said he had like 14 briskets on that fucking thing, dude. So
shit.
How big were the briskets? Fucking mini size or what?
I don't know, dude. I mean, they say, I think the brochure on them, or what the fuck you want to call it, says like 12 to 15 briskets or something on there, right?
Probably
chuck roast or what?
Probably 10 to 12 pounders. I don't know. Maybe.
Probably. But this one's got 5 racks, so.
Well, mine has 7. I could probably fit 6, but my briskets aren't little though. So I'm putting on anywhere from 13 to 15 pounds after trim. So I could probably fit 6 to 8, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
6. How big?
13. The ones I did this week, I weighed a couple of them. They're around 13. They're a little bit over 13 pounds after the trim. But I've been using, like, for shit like that, I'll use and I call it what you will, dude. Those Swift Choice,
mm-hmm.
Dude, they're fucking good, man. Those are damn good briskets. They take heat, and if you can find the right ones, you can find a prime in there all day long. And the thing is when I went to HEB to go look for them, and you got to buy the Swift blue label. So you got the blue, black, and the red, right? I think the prime is red. The black is select, and the blue is choice. But they're just mixed in. You got to find them, right? So yeah, I've been lucky here lately to get 18 to 20 pounders all day long. And man, they're, what are they, $4.96 a pound, something like that for those. And what's weird is that the decal cuts, the ones that are already pre-trimmed, they have a lot of choice on those. But dude, you're paying almost $7 a pound for those fucking things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
At that point, might as well get a prime.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're not pushing.
You're
not pushing. No, I haven't ordered in because I've had stock here, so I haven't had to order anything lately. And like I said, at $4.96 or $4.76, whatever it is a pound, man, you can't beat that, dude.
No, I'd be all over that.
So, and they're decent. And every once in a while, I'll find a certified Angus beef, CAB, in the stock. So I might go to them and see if they can order cases of them. If they can get cases of CABs, I'll probably end up do that because those things are fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Any complaints on those CABs? I love them. They're consistent.
Doesn't sound like you're getting complaints on the Swift either. So
Exactly. And like I said, man, you'll find primes. You'll find some better looking of those Swift blue label than you will in the prime. And I think they're just mislabeled, or I don't know what it is.
overstock probably. They're just throwing it in whatever they can get it in to get it sold.
Yeah, for sure. But other than that, dude, I just been here cooking and trying to get this business up and running, and I had a lot of good compliments this weekend, and we're just gonna keep throwing it at them.
Hell yeah.
That's all I can do.
I can tell you one business I ain't getting into, and that's fucking flooring. I'm over this shit.
Fucking pansy.
Fuck. I'm too damn fat. Too damn fat, man. Knees are fucked up. Back's fucked up. But getting it done room by room, so we're getting there.
Yeah.
We got hallway, 2 rooms, and a bathroom left.
You there, Anthony? He's frozen.
Well, he looks confused.
He does the confused. What's up, Corby? What about y'all boys?
Just working on the house, man. That's been it. Story of my life.
Been doing any cooking or no?
Not too much, just a little bit of grilling, but nothing really, man. It's just been trying to work. Get the house done, that way Brianna can start putting all her stuff away and doing her things. So
Yeah. Anthony, you just came back from the Worlds, so dude, talk about that.
Yeah, it was a good time, man. I had more fun catching up with people, man, than anything else. But yeah, it was something. Man, shoot, I ended up 43rd overall. So
Is that better than last year?
Man.
Better than last year?
Improvement.
Better than last year?
Oh yeah, bro. 103rd year before. So yeah, definitely getting there, bro.
hell yeah.
I saw a bunch of big names on that page that you were on, so I don't know what happened out there, but it seems like
bro.
Seguin's looking for something different, no?
Man, just when you think you nailed it, man, curveball right there. Seen a lot of big names not get out of their feet, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. Did you cook one of those Tall City prime?
Really gonna go there? Dang, I got more marbling on the back of my neck than that damn thing did, bro. Yeah. Nah, I took a middle. That was probably the best protein I did. So yeah.
Really?
Yeah, besides pork.
Nice. Oh yeah.
Sir.
And Kyle?
What you got?
What you been up to, man? You back home?
Come on. Yeah, we're home. I'll leave Friday again. Then I'll be back again on Wednesday. Go down and pick up Mama.
Yeah. Well, be careful on the road. I don't know what the weather's supposed to be, but it's freaking cold as hell.
Yeah, it's been a little chilly, bro. In my office, dude, I think they shut the fucking heaters and shit off on the weekends. It was like 58 degrees in there all day today. I think it got up to like 63. It was fucking cold.
Man.
Oh, wow.
Sam works in a fucking
Hey, 58 degrees in the office, just sitting there on your computer all day is a little different than 58 degrees outside moving around.
Hey, it was about 25 in the warehouse. I'm driving a forklift and it's just fucking cold.
Yeah, I didn't dress for it. I can tell you that.
Well, I was off today, so
Oh, lucky you.
shit. Not lucky me. We're looking for cars, man. Gotta get that vehicle replaced.
Yeah.
Right.
So I hate car
how's she
shopping.
doing?
She's doing good. She's doing good. She still has a little bit of back pain, but I think it's gonna take time for that rib to heal, and you know, it is what it is. So
Start beating you again yet?
yeah, almost a little while ago. So, but yeah, we'll figure something out. And just Midland, Odessa, dude, just so overpriced. I mean, we're looking at vehicles today, and what's up, Chad? And dude, they're just way overpriced in this area. You know that.
Hey, you might check out Smith South Plains. They got like
Yeah.
Levelland, Slayton. That's where we've done all our vehicle shopping. They've done
What's up,
good
Coda?
for us.
What's up, Coda?
Yes, sir. But anyways,
I end up
whatever.
buying most of my shit. I end up buying them in fucking Dallas, dude.
Yeah, that's usually where we go. Anyways, so
So
might go
much
down south and catch up with some of the boys down there. So speaking of south, Anthony, why don't you introduce our guest, man? Let's bring him in.
Oh man, dude. Out of San Antonio, Texas. Got Vincent Regino, Regi-Q BBQ.
There he
What's up,
is.
Vincent?
What's happening, bro?
Hey, what's up, everyone?
What's going on, dude? Hey,
Yeah.
thanks for coming on the show, man.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah.
It's dream come true to be on here with you guys. So.
Yeah, whatever. Hey, I texted you, or I messaged you earlier and said, and these dudes can all vouch for it, man. We've been wanting to get you on since the very beginning, and it's just
Yep.
Yeah, you had messaged me at the beginning too, so that's true.
Yeah.
Everything kind of lined up here finally. So
yeah, for sure. And I know we're talking about at the end of the year, like, we got to get Reggie on almost immediately. So, and you're all for it, man. So that's good.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'll look up there. So, how's everything going, Vincent? You cooked this weekend or what?
Yeah, we kind of made the last minute decision. Daniel convinced us, actually Daniel and Kit convinced us to go out there to Lone Star Cody cook-off of the year. So went out there and just kind of went out there for fun and had a solid day. The chicken was it looked good, but taste was all right. Final table there, and then calling ribs, calling brisket, and a fourth overall. So not too bad for the weekend for pick up Friday morning and take off. So
Yeah. Solid.
oh yeah, definitely.
Well, going back to the beginning, dude, how'd you get into this whole thing, man? You haven't been in it for that long, have you?
No, so we kind of depends. I mean, I've obviously been cooking for a long time, barbecue, catering, all of that stuff, just kind of growing up in the barbecue world. I got to kind of an age where, 28, 29 years old, I guess, I was kind of figuring out what the next step was going to be. And one of the things I felt like was missing in life was competition. And so, watching barbecue shows growing up and all that, obviously I was like, well, shit, I don't want to go out there and do anything else, sports related. So, I kind of picked up the competition stuff. And our first cook-off was actually in March of 2020. It was basically the weekend before COVID all hit.
Right there. Yeah, right there.
Yeah, so we had the cook-off, and, we're seeing in the news, hey, COVID's starting to happen. We're like, what the hell's COVID? We didn't know what that was. And then, that was it. It was shut down. So we didn't really get back out until March of 2021. So a full year, there was basically no competitions. So that's where, really where we started, I guess, March of 2021. Just really kind of chasing the competition a little bit, the competition bug, a little bit of camaraderie, I guess I was chasing a little bit,
Yeah.
Just midlife 30-year-old crisis, 29 when I got into it. So, like I said, I had a lot of energy, man, a lot of competition, still left in me, just didn't want to be going out playing like, rugby with some of my friends or other shit. Like Sam said, I'm getting too old for it. Should I put in floors in my house, and I'm too old for it right now. So
Yeah.
So what were you cooking on back in March of 21? What'd you cook on?
I had a Oklahoma Joe. It was I don't know if they even make it anymore, but it's basically like their base model of a offset. I think it was called like the Highlander or something like that.
Right.
So basically, I just bought that. I got some of the high heat silicone, and I sealed it in all the
the red
So all the inside was all fucking red and stuff. It worked, So I had that, and I had Oklahoma Joe Bronco. And so, basically a drum, or it was a drum. And so that's what we cooked on, and that's what we hit on for the first, maybe 4 or 5 comps before we really built our own drums. But yeah, it didn't take much to get into. I think that drum or that offset was maybe like $250. And then there's a bunch of YouTube videos on how to like modify them and stuff. So I found this guy who had like the actual specs. He put a second, I guess like a second level in there. And so I got him to make that, and I bought that. So I had two levels on there to cook on, and then I had the drum as well. So that's what we got started with, just that and canopies. Yeah, sleeping in the truck and shit. That was it. Back then we had a little Toyota Tacoma, and that was not, thankfully I have a real outdoorsy wife, so she was fine sleeping in the truck because we do a lot of fishing and camping to begin with. And so it wasn't a big deal back then. So, we just slept in the truck and kind of like Kit says, we roughed it a little bit. Yep. And we did that for the beginning, but just hauled around the stuff in the Tacoma. Yeah.
How'd you do on that first comp? Did you walk?
First comp, 120 somethings. It was a 13th final table chicken and a 10th rib. Brisket, so. But that was, it's funny because we went up there. It was me, my wife, and 2 of my buddies, and so we go up there. We don't know how that damn system works, and this was kind of at the end of that merger of IBC, or that split of IBC and CBA, and so I have the tickets, and we don't get the chicken call. They get the first place, nothing. They start announcing tickets for final table, and I'm like, I don't know what the hell that is, and so my buddy's like, hey man, that's our ticket number right there, and I'm like, shit, I think that means we got disqualified. He was like, really? I guess I don't know, man. I guess the chicken was raw or something. So I'm just like sitting there, like, man, and of course, here comes 10th place rib, and I'm like, shit, I ran up there so quick, dude. It was, it was awesome. 120 some plus teams. It was at TTHA, and I actually went back this past year and actually finally won it. So 5 years later, go back, and win. It was pretty badass. But anyway, so I run up there, and I get the award. And I think back then it was Jeff Rankin. I asked him, I asked him real quick, hey man, with those numbers you called after chicken, what was that? Or were those like the DQs? And he looked at me like I was crazy, Man, that was like final table, like in order. And I was like, oh shit. So I went back and I asked my buddy and my sister, like, no, you were 13th or 14th, one of the two. So we'll just say 13th then. And so they gave us, $100 check, and I was like, man, I was on top of the world, man. I was like, $100, I couldn't believe it, And then you get home, and you're like, fuck, I still lost $600,
Hey, well, I guess my first cup, I got a piece of paper, so.
Yeah, and it was a little black, so I was like, hell yeah, I'll take that. But, you get that bug right away, and then shit, after that, it was literally just everything shut down. I think the next comp we're going to was Carfest, which was going to be at the Freeman Coliseum. And so we get home by like Tuesday or Wednesday of that week. Following day, we're setting up like a COVID shelter thing there. We're like, well, I don't think that comp's going to happen there in 2 weeks. So, everything just stopped. And then that was a year later. We picked it back up in March of that year, 2021. And so it's interesting, man, because you have a full year to kind of watch YouTube videos, and you're just doing all this stuff in the backyard. And man, you're like, I'm going to go out there and, all these months off, everything's going to hit perfect, which it hit perfect cooking. And you're like, I'm going to win this motherfucker. That's what's going to happen. And you go out there, and man, we didn't final table I think we final tabled ribs, but man, we got our ass kicked. And that was that was pretty, defeating after a full year off to get back into it and get, your ass kicked. So it was by the next cook off that we finally got our next actual walk. And so we got 2 walks there, and then from there was really just kind of taking off. The goal in 2021 was to do 6 cook-offs, and starting from March through May, I think we probably did 7 or 8 cook-offs, and we cooked every single weekend, coincidentally, and I want to say by because it was the first weekend in May, we had the cook-off. That was the first time we walked in every category in the meats, and so it took off pretty quick. And so we've been blessed to have a pretty solid career so far in the competition side.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
And where you're at, man, you could throw a freaking rock and hit a competition.
Oh yeah.
You're
and that's
pretty much
kind of
centralized.
that definitely helped out a lot at the beginning because we didn't have to travel far. So a lot of times it's the expenses of the traveling that really catch up with you. Obviously the brisket and entry fee and whatnot. But if you can find local competitions near you, you can definitely get there and also save some money on expenses. So that helped us a lot, kind of get started, get our feet underneath us, and then kind of take the leap to go start chasing points and do all that funny business later on.
Yeah. What were you cooking at the very beginning as far as brisket? I mean, you're just looking for prime, whatever you could find?
I was cooking prime ones, and I was, bitching because they were $75 and I couldn't believe it. Pricey. And so I cooked prime ones all the way up through, 2022. We gave a big chase, and I think we cooked 42 times in 2022. So all of 2022.
Damn.
I probably cooked my first 70 cook-offs. 60 to 70 cook-offs, all prime ones. Wow. I didn't want to spend the extra money on the Wagyu or anything like that. Then 2022, I ended up second place brisket cooker of the year. And that one I took a lot of pride in because, the most expensive brisket I cooked that year was $75. Using Wagyu and whatnot at that time already in CBA. That was, most common. But I did what I could with what I could afford at the time, which was, prime one briskets. And now, I mean, you can find a Snake River for, $10-15 more than a prime one mat. And so it's kind of justify that decision right now to go with the Snakes. But, last few times I have ran a prime one, I've hit on them.
Nice.
We're top 5s, the 7 through 9, I've hit a few times with the prime ones. Even the ones that come in the little trays. So, I haven't had an issue with them. To me, it's more of a weather issue. If it's going to be warm outside, you can run a prime one and be just fine. If it's going to be cold, I think you're better off running a Wagyu.
Nice.
So, how long into the journey did it take for you to start deciding that you want to start putting out products? Your cow tip or your AP and did that come pretty quick that you wanted to do something like that, or?
I kind of went into the competition side already knowing that I wanted to do something like that. Growing up, we'd watch all the barbecue shows and whatnot, and me and my dad, my dad loved cooking barbecue all the time, and so I really got a lot of my passion for the outdoor live fire stuff from him and my uncles and family, always cooking outdoors. And so, when we were younger, we used to, kind of make little contraptions, concoctions of, different seasonings and whatnot. We watched Tuffy Stone and Myron Mixon on, barbecue, I can't remember, it was like it wasn't Barbecue Academy, but one of those barbecue shows. And, we try it out at the house. So we'd always try that, growing up. And then when I got into this, I'd be buying seasonings and, you buy this product and that product and, it tasted good, but there was still something missing. So I was always kind of tweaking the products to kind of, fit what I was looking for. Kind of knew the profile I was aiming for, by the region. And, that's really where I was like, you know what, I can tweak these and I can, tweak that, or I can just kind of create my own stuff. So as I started going, I started kind of, mixing my own stuff and then kind of working it into my process and whatnot. So it was pretty quick. It was pretty quick as far as working it into it. But as far as actually kind of getting the balls to go and put it out there, it was probably a year and a half into it that I was like, hey, let's go for it.
Was your AP your first put out?
No, and that was the thing that most people were like, hey, man, maybe you should start with an all-purpose. But because I guess the thing I started was the cow tipper. And so being in Texas, being a brisket rub right away, your first one, after coming off second place, in CBA for the year, it was still a little daunting. I was told I maybe shouldn't start with that one, get an AP out, because that brisket, man, that's the moneymaker for a lot of people. But for me, it was my moneymaker. So, why wouldn't it be our flagship season? So we went for it. Bold, I guess, in the decision, but we went for it and it paid off. So we had the cow tipper, and then the all-purpose came out pretty quick. I want to say within about 3 months of that. And so a lot of it was just really hand-to-hand seasoning sales at the competitions. Someone called me up. I'd be driving, across town, sometimes an hour and a half, just to make, seasoning purchase of one bottle. It was really trying to hustle as much as I could to try to get the word out. A lot of times that personal connection, you never know, when that personal connection is really going to come up. So I took every sale, and I still take every sale like that. I really want to be invested in the people, who are, purchasing our products. But at the same time, there's the expansion that we're trying to, achieve as well. And so I want to be personable, but I want to expand the products so that more people can try it. But that hustle hasn't really left. It's still there.
Yeah. Man, it's a solid product for sure, man. Like, I used it this, or when I GC'd that Daniel's Energy. I mean, I use all your products there and ended up doing pretty good. So the product speaks for itself, dude. I've tried a lot of seasonings, and a lot of them, have the same profiles or
It
whatever.
travels.
But dude, your stuff's good. Like, no bullshit.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. And it's something we take a lot of pride in because, I mean, I love dealing with our co-packer. One of the things when we started off with them, I sent everything to them in ounces and in grams. Let me know what you have, what you have. So we can kind of get everything lined up. So we got to remember, like, when this process started, it was right at the end of COVID. And so now you can go in there and kind of work with the packer and whatnot. The co-packers, they were kind of shut down. You couldn't really go in there if you weren't an employee or anything like that. And so I sent everything to them, and kind of the thing was like, hey, are you sure you want me to, try to work this out? Or I can just try to kind of throw something together like we did with the other guys. And, you put your name on it. And I was like, no. follow the recipe, and I need it, pretty quick. So I think on the cow tipper, it took us, I think maybe like 5 attempts. On the 5th attempt, we got it. And then on the all-purpose, it was pretty quick on the all-purpose. I want to say we got on like the 3rd attempt. But it's just kind of like the attention to detail. You're not trying to just kind of follow along with what the crowd is doing, and even like if you look at our products, the all-purpose, I mean, it's got a completely different blend than most that you'll find on the market.
Yeah, for sure.
A different, distinct flavor. The cow tipper as well. The cow tipper itself, it's not meant. It's made for brisket competition brisket and whatnot, but it works well on anything, in all beef. And the one thing that the comment that I get most that most people like about is the amount of black pepper it has in. It doesn't have a crazy amount of black pepper, and that's what most people are missing in their kind of beef adventures. They're looking for something that's going to beef up their flavor, but it's not. They don't want just black pepper in their seasonings either. So that's one of the comments I get a lot of, and that's something that I take a lot of pride in. Like I said, because that was always the intent. To have something on the market that isn't there, but also something that can be used every day.
Right.
Yeah. I know we use it in our household every day too. Like weekly, just even when we're not doing anything pertaining to just barbecue, but like home dishes or anything like that. I mean, we love just incorporating the seasonings and man, it's just awesome. Solid all season. So
Yeah, no, definitely. So, and then we have those two, and then the Flocking Swine, which actually just got released in May, and so that one came out. That it was tough to kind of pick which one we were going to go with because we had a fourth rub that we were kind of holding off on picking one or the other. The consensus was that Flocking Swine was a little bit better, and so we went with that one as our kind of third rub. And that one paid off right away. I mean, we released it 2 weeks later, went out to Memphis in May, and ended up, second in ribs and finalist out there.
Damn.
Yeah, so I mean that was freaking awesome to win with there. And then our final rub, and I don't know if it'll be the final one. There's definitely other stuff that we're working on, but maybe some special releases coming out in the future. But our last one is called the Ringer, which was the one that was kind of neck and neck with Flocking Swine, which one we're going to go with.
Right.
And so that one we did release here recently. And that one was really, kind of bring everything together. The Flocking Swine and the Ringer, they look very similar, but they're kind of like sisters, They're opposites, So, definitely similar flavors, but definitely different salts. And you'll taste it right away when you give them a try.
Yeah. So I was able to try them over there at the Cooking for Cowboy. Daniel had it, so
Yeah.
I fucking took it. I took it from Daniel. I was like, I gotta try this, dude. I gotta try it. He's
Yeah,
like,
Daniel likes to tell everyone it's named after him, the Ringer. If we get around to have to tell you the story where that actually came from.
Nice.
But yeah, it is named after him.
That's awesome. What about your injection?
Yeah, I forgot about the injection. Yeah, so our injection was recently released as well. So that's our cattle guard. Actually, I meant.
There you go.
Yeah, so our cattle guard. So our beef injection. It's an injection and a marinade. And so everything I do with my steaks, even here at the house, fajitas, anything like that, follow the instructions, use it as a marinade, incredible flavor, super, super beefy. It's really beefy, but it's also what beef needs. It's not a lot of all this, other crap that's in there or whatnot. It's straight flavor that goes in there. Use it on my injection for my brisket. Use it also as my wrap. Super versatile. So that's our beef injection.
Tony
is already made and matched, but yeah, I don't know. It's salty as Tony,
Salty as Tony. There you go. That's funny.
Yeah, so we have our restricted injection 100% matched already. Right now, we're just kind of trying to manage the growth of the business. I don't want to go too far into the inventory over here without getting this paid and that paid and whatnot. It's all kind of a balancing act. So we're really trying to grow, smartly. I'm not going to get head over heels on the business side of things and not be able to get inventory down and whatnot. And in working with particular co-packers, I mean, there's minimums, and that's where a lot of people don't really understand the side of what's going on. A lot of times, if you want to buy in cases, that's one thing. Maybe your co-packer would do that for X price. We're looking at if I put it cases, of each product, and so thankfully it moves, but there's always the give and take and growing. There's the give and take and then the growing process that goes in there in the seasoning itself. I tell people all the time, if you're creating your seasoning, that's fine, but creating the seasoning is the easiest portion part of it. And then getting your first sale is the toughest portion. Getting into the stores is the next thing. Getting in stores is one thing. Getting people to buy it in the stores,
right.
Getting people to getting that store to reorder is another. So there's steps and levels to every aspect of building the business. And so right now I'm really trying to keep everything kind of, like I said, on corrected. So we'll hopefully that chicken by the end of the year.
Awesome. I think Tony's team of the year for talking shit.
Oh yeah. Turns out Memphis in May, his ribs weren't salty enough.
Well, that's awesome, dude. That's awesome. It's good to see you grow like that, and to put a product that, man, that so. And I'm not lying about that. I'm no bullshit, dude. Whenever I first tried your AP, I literally told myself, "Oh shit!" Like, goddamn, that's fucking good, dude. Like,
Yeah.
Like no bullshit, man. That's awesome. It's awesome, dude.
Yeah, that one, it's weird, man. When you start making seasonings in your house and you start measuring shit out, and you're like, okay, that's enough salt. And you're like trying to like, where the hell did the salt go? People don't realize how much salt actually goes into really each component. And I don't mean that in an ugly way.
Mhm.
You know, salt really is your friend, but you don't realize how much goes into each.
Yeah, it's crazy how much that AP is like an aromatic. You know what I mean? You can
Yeah, for sure.
really
For sure.
catch that smell.
Yeah, there's definitely a few things in there that you know we worked with the co-packer on. They had sent it to me. One of the things I brought up was, hey, this one right here is there's something up with it. It's not as aromatic as I needed to be, and so they were able to actually get a different style of it in. So you know that's what I mean by you gotta really kind of stand firm on what you're looking for. Because at that point with the AP in particular, I was kind of ready to move forward with a different packer if it was going to work. Because I was ready to get the products out, moving, and ready to go.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to make those tough decisions.
Right. So how do you go about it? I mean, if you have the recipe and you send it to the co-packer and say they don't hit it the first time, like what are you adjusting? Are you adjusting your recipe or
No, you're really not adjusting. You sort of are. You sort of are. Because you got to understand what you're making at home in your small batches versus what's being made at a manufacturer level. They are going to taste different, and so yeah, there probably are tweaks to the recipe, but at the end of the day, we're trying to match it by the taste bud, by what we have here at the house, and so there's definitely tweaking on the back end. And then when it's all done, it's sent to me with NDAs and all that as well. So it's mine at this point.
Nice.
So tell us what it's like traveling with a new addition to all these cook-offs. Is that pretty tough or what?
Dude, your daughter has more cook-offs than all fucking four of us together.
Probably, yeah. I was trying to count it the other day, and I mean, to answer the question, it hasn't been difficult at all. It's been actually pretty fun. My wife sits in the back seat and she crashes out pretty quick, so the drives are pretty like quiet. I just listen to my podcast, so it's been pretty fun. No, I'm just kidding, man. But no, it's been okay. You know, what we've had to do is really adjust the times that we're leaving and how long we're staying and whatnot. So I usually like to be up really, really quick early in the morning and be on the road. But now I try to kind of time it out with traffic and whatnot, and her sleep schedule. So we try to take off and then let's see how long she'll stay asleep. And that's how long we're going to just crank it north. So when we went to Kansas City, the goal was to get to, Kansas Star? Within 12 hours. So we took off at 9 a.m. from San Antonio to kind of avoid the traffic heading north on 35. And it worked out. There was still traffic, but we didn't get that early morning rush hour traffic. And we got to, I think we were supposed to stop in Temple at Buc-ee's. And thankfully we had really good gas mileage and whatnot. I think we drove for like 5 hours before she even woke up. It was to the point where it was like, hey, we gotta wake her up so she we gotta force her to eat.
Right.
I think at that, I can't remember how old she was, maybe 2 months old. And so we just kind of hauled ass for the 5 hours that we made up. And then from there, she cried a few times, but, Joe sat in the back seat and just kind of calmed her down. And I think we made it in 13 hours up there to Kansas Star. And then we got up there and, everything was good. Generator went out. I mean, it was like 30 degrees up there. It was like 1 a.m. And we're like, what do we do? I'm like, just put all the blankets in the bed and let's just crash out. So Thankfully, we got a hotel in Kansas City, the next morning. But no, it's been fun traveling with her. It hasn't been too rough. I think a lot of it's just the attitude, how we take the approach. A lot of times, Joyce has a really good attitude, and I'm learning to just shut up and drive.
Yeah. What at that age they sleep most of the time, anyways, right? So
yeah. No, yeah. So it's been great. It's been great. Good addition. I think she's literally at like between 11 and 13 pounds already.
Yeah.
Yeah, she turned 4 months a week ago. So
Wow. Yeah, by the end of the year, she'll have more than me for sure.
yeah, we're gonna take it easy this year. I think we're aiming for about 20 to 25. So we're definitely taking it easy this year.
So are you just like picking and choosing what y'all are cooking now as far as if y'all want to cook it? Y'all are chasing points, right? So
No, yeah. I mean, I was looking at the schedule right now, or not right now, but earlier in the day, and all through May. I mean, I'm kind of blessed. Thankfully, I'm blessed to have a spot at the rodeo and whatnot. And then, there's a few other rodeos coming up and whatnot that I'm, thankfully will be part of. So those kind of take up what we're looking for. And then there's Easter weekend. We know we want to go down to Kerrville again for a Lone Star event. And then, I got a free one in March. That's right down the street from us because I had GC'd it last year. That's that TTHA one that we were just talking about where it got started. So everything's kind of scheduled out already. I think it's basically like 2 IVCA, 2 Lone Star, and like 2 CBAs and 2 KCBAs mixed in there all the way through the end of May. And then Memphis in May again. So, it's 2 a month is not bad at all. So, we're definitely looking forward to a fun schedule again.
there you go.
That sounds good, man. Yeah, just stay out of West Texas, dude. I don't want to RGC right behind you again. Stay out of West Texas.
I'll probably. So I was gonna be there in May, but I think they moved the one in Fort Stockton. I can't remember where they moved it to, or the date. But
it's gone, dude. It's gone. Don't even worry about it.
It's gone.
Oh, is it?
Sold out.
I think
Sold
it's
out.
April 13th or something like that because it's the same day as Andrew.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
I mean, the goal this year would be to definitely, obviously that $1 million one sounds, really cool and all that. So chase maybe that a little bit, but the main goal is the kind of at least add 2 to 3 more states to our resume, and so it kind of aligns with that other stuff, and so hopefully that works out. I'd like to get up northeast this year, get up to like the Rhode Island area. There's some ambassadors that we have up there that I'd like to, meet in person and give it a shot up there. So that's kind of the goal right now. Cook a few more states this year. So New Mexico is definitely on there.
There's a good one in November.
Yeah.
Out in the armpit of New Mexico.
Oh, that ain't the armpit.
My bad. It's all an armpit.
Yeah, back off my state, man.
Back off my state.
How about that chili powder?
Them hatch green chilies.
Oh, gosh. To my
So have you looked at getting any stores up around West Texas, West Texas Panhandle area?
Yeah. So I guess my approach to it, I probably reach out to at least 2 to 3 stores a week. If you name it, I've probably reached out to them. But I also don't want to be like, that pest on the wall or anything like that. So I kind of track, when I reach out, and then, maybe 6 months down the line, 4 months down the line, I'll reach out again. So yeah, if you name it, I've reached out to them. Haven't had the best luck out in West Texas, but we've definitely reached out to them, and we'll continue to do that.
You had champions? You're in champions or not? Champions?
No. I actually just reached out to them recently as well, so hopefully we'll hear back from them. But no, not right now.
Yeah, I noticed that in our area, a lot of them come out and just flat out say, "Man, we don't carry too much of the South Texas."
Yeah,
too much.
yeah, we've been told in various ways the same thing. So
Yeah.
The way I see it, the worst, or the way I used to see it, is the worst they could say is no. But you
Yeah.
just gotta keep at it.
Right.
Definitely going to be told worse than no some of the times, but that's just business. So
Yeah. What about Amazon?
hey, it's multi-use, Tony.
That's funny.
But yeah, as far as like Amazon and all that stuff, we are working on that. So we're definitely kind of getting to that level where we're like I said, we're always looking for expansion. I think right now it's kind of good. I think we're in 26 locations right now. So this is kind of mom and pop places, butcher shops, whatnot that we've been able to make contact with ourselves and keep up with that ourselves and whatnot. So the good thing is I don't think we've had any store order from us initially and not reorder within 60 days. I got one right now that's kind of on the borderline of that, breaking that streak. So I'm going to reach out to them next week. But that's kind of what I mean by, you can get in the store, but you're looking for the repetition. You're looking for the consistency and whatnot. And so that's where it's really, really difficult. And the good thing is now I'm getting a lot of messages and whatnot on Facebook from people who are not in the competition world at all. And they're loving the products and whatnot. And we're seeing some of our butcher shops and mom and pop stores start we created some samples and whatnot and start kind of pairing stuff with the samples that they're selling, their meats with and whatnot. And so that's helped us quite a bit. So, we're always looking for an opportunity. I always tell people if there's a store you want me to reach out to, if you have a point of contact, let me know who it is. I'll reach out to them. And like I said, the worst thing they can say is usually no. But at least reach out to them. I'll at least get them samples sent to them. I don't ask anything back. I don't charge people for samples or anything like that. Our goal is to get into the store and then from there, work our way into getting repeat sales from them.
Yeah, I know that's kind of one of my biggest issues is I want to try new things and, as far as recipes go, but it's like I'm terrible about I won't look until the day I leave for a comp. Oh, shit, I don't have this. Well, luckily for me, I've kind of stuck to what I have. That way I can swing by a store on the way out of town or I can swing by somewhere that's going to have it. So it's kind of limited me, kind of hurt me because I'm a lazy ass. I don't keep up with what I got in my box.
Yep. No, I know what you mean. I do the same thing sometimes, even though I have a bunch of my own products. So yeah, I mean, I still use other people's products and whatnot. And I my Facebook, Instagram, whatnot, I still tag them and whatnot. So definitely.
Yeah. If I bet you that beat some shit, though, go to a competition and have to go ask for your own will from one of your,
Actually, we went to, so my wife, Bandera, we went to Bandera for a cook-off, and it had to be, I think, in like July or August of last year. And we're probably about an hour, maybe 45 minutes from the cook-off in Bandera, and we get there, my whole seasoning bag is gone. And I don't realize this till like 9 o'clock at night. And my wife's like, because she's the one who was actually messing with the seasoning bag. So I thought, we had the seasoning bag. But of course, she's also 8, 9 months pregnant, whatever it is, 7 months pregnant. And so she's like, well, I'm just going to go drive home. Or I'm going to, you're not fucking driving. I'm going to figure it out. Like, and I started going through my phone and she kind of ran to the neighbor who had taken the class coincidentally not too long ago. And so they had like everything we needed. So thankfully, we had everything we needed. We just had to borrow everything from them. And the results, I mean, I think we were like 11th through 12th in every category and ended up 11th overall. So I'm like, I think if I had my seasoning bag, we would have grand champion. But that one's on her a little bit. So that one in that time, she threw my brisket in my fire. But, that's a difference.
What was your go-to seasoning before the whole Regi-Q line came out, or before you were messing with it? What was your favorite?
So I actually used a lot of the Fiesta brand seasonings.
Yeah.
And then
Fajita?
Yeah, that was my all-purpose. And then, man, I'd have to go back and like kind of really think. Like, let me think about it for a second. I mean, shit, man. I used the man. I don't even know if they're still around. Is it La Barbacoa or something like that? Was it
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Okay.
that one. I used that one a lot. And I actually used the Chupacabra brand at the beginning a lot. Their brisket magic.
Nice.
So that was really kind of the three that I was using. Obviously, if you look at it now, you know, our line's a lot completely different from that, from what they have, you know. But yeah, that's what I started with a lot there, and then a lot of like on my pork and chicken. I use a lot of the Tony seasoning, the Tonys, and my chicken. And maybe I should go back to it, but I use a lot of Lowry seasoning salt on the chicken halves. That's what people were used to eating, you know.
Right.
You know, yeah, a lot of cinnamon on my pork.
Secrets. Yeah.
Oh man, I won't not get into that story because I don't know where or who that person was or that kid. But yeah, no cinnamon. But yeah, I mean, it really all depended. But I'm trying to remember what else that's what I used a lot of. I use a lot of the blue seasonings.
Which one's that again?
The blue hog seasonings.
Okay, blue hog.
Yeah, so like on my ribs, I used to put the Fiesta all-purpose, the blue hog sweet and savory, and then I think it was like one of the eats, the one with the real big granule, you know. So yeah, that was what I used to run on my ribs.
About that.
You know, we do pretty well with the ribs at the onset. Cinnamon.
That Blues Hog Originals is actually pretty fucking good, dude.
Yeah, the one I used was the sweet and savory.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would come, and I liked it because it would come in the small bottle.
Yeah.
So you know, it wasn't you get it for like, you know, $7.99 or so, and so it wasn't breaking the bank. That's what it was. Cimarron Docks, is that what it is?
Yeah, Cimarron Docks.
Oh,
That was the other one that I used.
Yeah.
I haven't. It's funny to think back now, like what I used to use, because now obviously I use a lot of my own products. But I'm like, yeah, man, just kind of think back. Like I haven't seen them in quite a while, so definitely fun going down memory lane.
There he is.
Oh, the grandbaby. He's already as big as his grandpa.
So I know. Show your face. Show your face. Vincent, what do you do outside of barbecue?
I like to fish a lot. I like to go to the beach a lot. Right now, I just barbecue, man. Just focused on growing the business as much as we can. So I take a little bit of time off, not too long ago from work, and just kind of focus on this for a little bit. So kind of all in right now, working on the next move, which may not be fully, seasoning related. So that one I'll kind of keep quiet for now, but hopefully it's something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. So we'll see. I was reading.
Yeah, Kinder's everywhere.
Yeah, right in the neck of the woods.
Yeah, and that's kind of, a lot of people don't realize what the cost is and whatnot to get into the stores and how much you're really making and the extent of it. And so you start getting into like the really, the numbers and whatnot, and how much you really got to put into the stores to make some money on it when you're going that big of a retailer. And so I'm definitely not opposed to it by any means. But there's definitely pros and cons to everything. Right. So, being able to kind of see everything kind of in front of me now and seeing where I want to take the business and whatnot. I don't know what the next step is in that terms. If HEB calls up, I'm not going to say no. Right. What I mean? But at the same time, does that negate some of the mom and pop stores that we're in. You know what I mean? If now we're a product that you can get locally, anywhere, and the price is undercut, that's something to consider as well. If you're seeing that bottle there at Sam's Club or Walmart for $8.99, $9.99, it's tough to make a profit on that.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
There's a lot of things to consider, in the marketplace.
right.
Yeah.
Sam, shoot.
All right, man. So we call it the Dream Team. So it can be 4 guys that you want to cook with any day of the week at a contest, 4 guys that you want to take to win any contest in the world, or it can be just like your Mount Rushmore. And you got your honorable mention, which is your box runner. So you can take it any which way you want to go.
Except your wife, dude. You can't put your
And
wife.
you gotta exclude Daniel.
you gotta include Daniel. Your box
My
runner.
wife's a really good cook, so that's tough not to. She'll definitely be there somehow. I'll tell you that. Okay, so I've obviously seen the show, so I kind of wrote some stuff down. I don't know if it'll be surprising to anyone, but I'm going to start with kind of two-phase portion of it. This one's probably like my, one of my biggest mentors that I've had in barbecue. My very first cook-off ever. Like, you're there, you don't know who to talk to. I didn't have anyone to come in and say, hey, here's my buddy. I was freshly new, didn't know anybody. And so go to cook's meeting, kind of, say hi to people here and there. And then, I'm not unfriendly, and so you get back to the campsite, just kind of hanging out with my friends and whatnot. And at one point, it's just me and Joyce there. And this guy comes up in his cart, out of nowhere. It's like, 11:30 at night. And we're looking up through a telescope because it's so dark out. And the stars all nice and pretty. You got this guy come up, and I'll never forget. He goes, "Is that a telescope you got there?" Oh my God. That's the first time we ever met Kit Pope.
That's already there. I already knew that.
And so it's a 2-inch. Sorry. It's kind of double-edged sword here. So obviously my biggest mentor. And people laugh about it because I think they think that we would talk like seasonings and shit, but y'all know Kit. Kit don't know what he puts on anymore. Everything that he and I would talk about would be really technique, how to cook and whatnot, how not to cook. So Kit would be on there, my number 1 pick. But we're also talking about the dream team and whatnot. So we're talking about parents. We're talking about all that. So Kit would be my box runner. All right, so
he's liable to drop it for you.
No, he's not gonna drop it. So my next one, and I'm gonna kind of go. I was gonna go in chronological order, but I was going through the list, and I'm gonna kind of skip one for now. So the people I have cooked with the next one is gonna, and these are not, they're just in chronological order, not best from last until the very end. And I got to really make a tough decision. But and I haven't made the decision yet. But as we're talking, we'll figure it out. Next one would be Daniel from Texas Smoke. It's really April that we want for the
April.
That's all the talent that.
Yeah, Daniel doesn't come alive until he has a 12-pack of Millers in him. I don't know if you know that. But yeah, so it would be Daniel. It is a 2-tier thing, so it's Daniel and April, if we're being honest.
Right.
Right.
So Daniel, I was trying to make a run a few years back to make it to Indianapolis for the World Food Championships. And so we had to go through El Paso, the famous Dave's, when it was actually competitive, And so we, it's just me and Joyce and everyone. I'm hearing everyone saying, hey, I'm taking this person and that person and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, well, fuck, man. Like, who are we going to take? I'm like, so I'm looking through my, fucking Rolodex here. And I'm like, hey, who would I know that's the closest out there? So I called Daniel and I'm like, hey, man, like, this is what's going on. I'll pay for everything. Just drive out there. That's all you need to do. Just pay for your gas to get there and get back home. And he tells me no. So he's like, man, I can't. I'm not kidding. He's probably like, man, I remember that. So, anyways, he's like, man, I can't make it because I have this catering for like 1 brisket or 2 briskets or something. And I'm like, all right, then that's fine. As I told Joyce, like, we're not asking anyone else. Like, we're just gonna roll out there. We're gonna kick everyone's ass, and we're going to Indianapolis. And so he calls me like a few days later, or maybe like the next day. He's like, dude, April just chewed my ass out. She's like, how for 2 briskets? Are you kidding? I'll cancel the catering right now. So, we go out there to, they meet us out in El Paso, obviously. And I don't know what happened, the lack of humidity, something, but my body just like that Saturday morning just like completely shut down. I woke up cramping already, like getting out of bed to go to the competition. My hand like cramped around this bottle so bad, like Daniel was peeling my fingers off. And you have to go up there and like actually present and everything. And so when I went up there with the platter, they just held my fingers there so I could put it down, and I just kind of uncramped them and gave my presentation. But during that whole process, Daniel was running back and forth looking for jars of pickles and shit, and also helped cook the ribs, And so, I got to the point where I was like, hey, kind of take this over a little bit at the very end there. And I kind of trusted his judgment, and it eventually got us to Indianapolis, And
Nice.
so that's where the name came, the Ringer, So I'd already told Joyce, well, now every time I need something, I'm going to call him my Ringer. So again, this is not in, one's over the other. It's just chronological order for now. But the next one would be out of Florida would be Josh Cooper and Cooper and Gannon. That's what I'll go with. But basically because we got to Indianapolis, we met this awesome couple. They're seafood world food champions. He's been on Chopped and multiple TV shows and whatnot. And so we somehow, even though cooking different categories, Joyce over there, giggling away and the thing, found this random couple to come back, and they coincidentally knew Peter and the guys cooking next to us, and so it all became just a big party. And the next morning we woke up and they had left us like a big champagne bottle there at our campsite. Nice. Hey, good luck on the the finals today. And so we kind of hit it off, stayed connected, and we went to Memphis in May last year, this past May. So we went to Memphis in May, obviously, finaled in the rib category together. And then, obviously we're going to Memphis May this coming year. So I told him, hey, come out to the American Royal with us. And, we'll continue cooking together and trying to kind of get the camaraderie going and just, bouncing ideas off each other. And thankfully he did, because that Saturday when I turned in that brisket, man, it was so perfect. I couldn't believe we didn't get a call or anything. I think we ended up 22nd that day. So just right outside of getting calls. So I was kind of down Sunday a little bit. I definitely had all my energy to get a doubleheader done, but I was down a little bit. And he comes in, 4 a.m, and he's kind of like, wide awake. And he's like, hey, man, today 3 calls. We're getting 3 fucking calls today. So just keep your energy up. Let's go. 3 calls. And he just kept saying it all day. And so he was cooking a few different categories, and we ended up hitting on the vegetable, his turkey. He cooked the turkey smoke for us. We won't get into his beans. If you know, you know. But, he cooked the turkey breast for us. We got a call there. The vegetables, we got a call there. And we're sitting there at brisket. I'm like, man, again, I can't believe, we haven't got a brisket call yet. And they actually rang through it pretty quick this year. Usually when they get to the top 3, they'll call one at a time. And so we're there, and I think it was like 7th place. They were like, hey, we got a perfect score here. And I touched again. I was like, hey, man, I think we got a shot here. And we got a shot. They said perfect score. And I could feel it, So then they called us 3rd place perfect score stuff.
Damn, dude. That's
Everyone
awesome.
hit on there. So, when I look at who I want to cook with, a lot of it is the camaraderie. A lot of it is, can you check your ego at the door? If you're not going to be able to check your ego, then, you're not going to fit in with me and Joyce. Me and Joyce are not the type of person, hey, go wash dishes and go do that. No. I'm going to get up and I'm going to wash dishes. You need to stay busy as well. We're all working together. I'm not going to do something in that room that I wouldn't ask you to do myself. You know what I mean? And so, checking your ego at the door is big for me. So Cooper is definitely up there. And again, like I said, his wife, Gannon, is going to be a teammate there as well. So I'm at 1, 2, 3, Oh wait, shit. Oh no,
Yeah,
no.
you're on 3. Oh, yeah,
Okay.
you got
Yeah.
your box
So you
runner.
got 2 on your
and
box
Daniel.
runner.
So I got one more in a box runner, or
Oh, you said Kit was your box runner.
oh yeah, Kit's my box runner. Okay, yeah. So I got
So
two
you-
more.
you got
You got 2 more. 2
Two
more.
more. The next one, and we haven't officially cooked together, but we've been cooking near each other for quite some time, and it's kind of like my spirit animal, if you will. But he's a lot more wild than I am. I'm just a little bit tamer than he is. But that would be John Trina.
Yep, knew it. Yeah.
From the chopping block. So here very soon we will be cooking together. But a lot of it is really just outside of barbecue, he's a good cook, and that's what you don't find very often here. If you don't ask me to walk around on a Friday and eat someone's food, trust me, you don't want to do that. So, I like to look to see like if people can actually cook outside of barbecue. If we're going to be cooking something, it's not going to be going to a competition usually where it's just you cook chicken, you cook ribs.
Right.
We're going to a live fire competition. We're doing something, world food-ish, and that's why I don't like, right now there's a lot of jackpots and stuff with the open. So I just don't even waste my time with it. For $25 entry, it's not worth my time. So, if you're coming and cooking with me, you're cooking in that type of category. The last one was a tough one for me because a lot of times I look at prior record and whatnot, and the very first person to ever cook with us, Joyce and I, was at the American Royal, and that was Louie with DD Barbecue.
There you go.
But I had to kind of make a tough decision. So
he's retired, right? He's retired.
He's retired, so that's the reason right there. So I went with Albert from the Dude Barbecue.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's really just what's going to round out the team and what's going to make for the best effort. And again, who can actually cook? I'm not talking about cooking a color and throwing shit in a pan. I want real cooks around me. And so that's what it comes down to, especially if we're chasing something that means something. So that's who it would be: Kit, Daniel, Cooper, John, Albert. Yeah, Super Mario still.
Hey, Albert's one of the ones that I've been trying that I told a while back when we started the show. Man, I'll get him on the show. I need to get him on the show for sure.
Yeah. You should see all of his high tech, equipment that he does for his videos and whatnot, dude. It's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. That's awesome.
So I think about Albert at Smoke in the Mountains, but I was a little drunk.
Yeah, you were.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I told my
Albert
girlfriend, I
is
said, you might have to pick these beer cans up because I can't bend over.
Not flooring.
This fucking guy. This fucking guy. Oh, where the fuck? I'm telling you, this light's gonna fucking fall, dude.
Just let it happen. We'll clip it.
Be right up there with Sam's Study Plot.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same shit.
We've had some crazy things in the show. Belly flops and fucking piss breaks in the middle of the fucking show.
Yeah, I remember the piss break one.
Hey, yeah, that's twice, dude. We did it twice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So what's kind of coming up next for Regi-Q, Vincent?
Yeah.
Really, 2026 is we sit down at the beginning of every year and kind of have pen to paper conversation and write down our goals. So it's really kind of hunker down right now, get as much product sold, continue growing into stores as much as we can. But also we're trying to get back to a little bit of what kind of started this off for us. A lot of the catering, a lot of the bringing food to people. And so catering is something that everyone wants to do. That's simple money. Obviously still open to that, but right now the catering posts and whatnot, that's really more to kind of rebuild the clientele of kind of what the next step is going to be. And so without getting too far ahead of myself or whatnot, I'm definitely going to be trying to bring our food back to the public place.
Nice.
And so that's what one of the projects I'm working on right now is getting something complete to serve food to people on an everyday basis. So finally going all in, but we'll kind of see how that goes here pretty soon, and then I'll make a final announcement.
But I'm gonna tell you what though, the game changer is that box you guys put out during the holidays and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think. Oh man, I bought a couple of them from you and gave them away as Christmas gifts. Now they're like telling me they've actually tried it since then. They love the food and stuff. They come like their plug. Like, hey, can you give me some more?
Their plug.
I'm like, there's a website. You can go. I'm sorry, man. I mean,
don't use the discount code.
Don't use the discount code.
So all those sample boxes came with a discount code in there at the bottom for them to use.
Oh, right on the thing.
Yeah, right on the thing. Yeah, so they gotta just look at that and they'll be able to reorder it with a discount.
Yeah, I wanted to keep one for myself.
Yeah. Seeing a lot of that is created by Joyce, man. She has all sorts of ideas that come up, and then she's the one that comes up with almost all of the marketing ideas. And me, I'm just like, okay, show me everything, and then I'll start breaking down the numbers. I'm like, are you crazy? We're not doing that. Like, that's not funny. But sometimes it works out. Every idea she hasn't been great, but the ones that we've run with have been really good for us. And like I said, it really just comes down to the money. You can't do everything.
Right.
Everything we want to do, but thankfully she has a good idea for it.
So you think you're just going to slow down on the comps for a little bit, just concentrate on seasonings and like you said, trying to get food out?
Yeah, I think so. I think so because I was looking at, just a schedule, kind of going through it, and I'm like, hey, I want to do this one, I want to do that one. There's a stretch in March where there's 6 straight weeks where from March to mid-April. Well, I guess we're not going to be cooking anything on the weekends then except competing, and they're all payouts. So that's kind of where it depends. We don't have any through the 5 years we've been in this. And I'll be straight out. I tell people all the time because, especially right now, there's a lot of emphasis on getting new cooks into the barbecue world and whatnot. But I tell people all the time, like, we don't have any sponsors. There's no one that saying, hey, here's a little bit of money on the back end. No, like in 5 years of competition, we've received $400 of sponsorship money. Like, if we don't win, we don't compete. You know what I mean? And so you really have to kind of focus on what's going on out there. And I always try to focus on getting that entry money back and the brisket money back. You get those two back, the rest is just recycling a bar, the weekend
right.
You know what I mean? So, I think just without the lack of sponsorship and whatnot, it's tough to continue hitting, a lot of the smaller comps or like the local comps that we've been wanting to. And so a lot of times this year it's going to be more destination comps for us.
There you go.
Awesome. Very true. So
nice. You went after that banner in San Antonio, no?
That's the one I'm missing. Black and gold. That's the one I'm missing. So hopefully third time's a charm. That's the only one I feel, or that the only one's missing. The other one I have not had a chance, I haven't cooked it yet, is the Houston Rodeo. So that one I haven't had a chance, and the Jack. Obviously the Jack is, you kind of got to get in. It's tough out of Texas. So
right.
We've had at least 2 bungs or more every year since year one. Joyce has had 4 bungs herself. So hopefully one of us will get in. I'll be indebted to her forever if she can get her husband to the Jack.
Just right on there on our trip sale.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That'd be the day.
Quick question, dude. Why Country Road on your song?
Well, that's a tough one.
Good question.
Yeah. what kind of got me into, I guess, like the missing competition stuff. A few years before, I got into the competition. I had a big loss in my family, and maybe the 2 or 3 years before the competition stuff started, it was, maybe being lost a little bit, and so when I came into the competition world, it was kind of, I think maybe we took off as quick as we did because, I had a lot of energy to kind of get off my mind. So, staying busy and chasing something kind of helped a lot. And then once I kind of slowed down and kind of, realized like there were certain things I still need to kind of, get through and whatnot. One of the first things I did was change my walk-up song to his, favorite song, basically. And so that's what it was. So there was kind of definitely a change in, from my first song was by a song, it was a Mexican song by Grupo Masore, which is right. And so then we go to this one here. So that's where it comes from. It's just me paying homage to someone that's gone, but obviously still with me. And even our team colors are it's a reflection of the Denver Broncos, not fully, but very close. And that was, his favorite, football team as well. So, it's all a little bit that goes into it. But everything we do is kind of pointing to, paying homage to different people. Even, one of our other, favorites was Firewalk Cookers, Mike Walker, who recently passed away as well. And so, I do everything I can to keep the people that I wanted with me, to enjoy these moments, as close as I can. So every time I do that, you may see me throw a number up in the air as I walk out. That's his number. So
that's awesome, dude.
That's where it comes from.
That's awesome. That's got to make you feel good, and because it's almost like every time I'm watching rewards or something, and then they play the song, right? Song stops. And everybody keeps fucking singing the song, right?
Yeah.
That's your new calling card right there for sure,
man.
I was saying the same thing.
The funny thing is, I was on a little bit of a slump, and I had GC to comp the year before, so they gave me free entry. So I go to that comp again, and I didn't tell Joyce I had changed my walk-up song. But that weekend was the last weekend, I think, like 6 years to the date that I was actually with him. And so I changed the walk-up song, and I told Joyce beforehand, hey, the walk-up song's different. You're not going to know what it is, but you'll figure it out. And we ended up GCing that competition.
Awesome.
That was a perfect decision. I remember I walked up there and I told Brenda the walk-up songs, hey, I'm going to change it to this. She goes, are you sure? Because that kind of walk-up's a little bit slow at the beginning. I go, no, I'm perfectly sure. Just trust me on it. And then we GC'd that comp, the very first one with it. So it was freaking awesome. Then the next time we heard it was our first place sport call at Briscoe Ranch in Uvalde, and that was like 180 some teams at the time that big. So the song means a lot to us. So every time we hear it, it's special.
Awesome. Hell yeah. What else? Anthony, you got anything?
Well, I guess the last question I got for you is just, how do you juggle all of that, the seasons and the competitions and then basketball program, and then, do you ever find yourself thinking, second guessing yourself, like,
full-time job, dude.
Yeah, yeah. No, not second guessing myself, as just maybe like it's just all structure, man. My wife was making fun of me this past week, and I caught the last end of the conversation, but she was telling, someone about how I have to have a schedule for the next morning. I have to know what I'm doing, and so a lot of times it's, really just keeping a structure. I have a board that I write everything down. If I'm thinking about it, I got to do it. So even if I wake up at 4 a.m, I'm like, shit, I forgot about that. I'll come to my office and I'll try to get it done. So if it's on my mind, I try to get it off my mind by completing the task. So if that means not sleeping, that means not sleeping. But I just try to do
feel you.
And
Yeah.
I
feel you, man. I
Yeah.
feel you for sure.
Yeah. I've definitely had times where I've woken up and, not had the best day. And Joyce by the end of the day is like, well, what's wrong? And I'm like, I don't know, but someone outworked me today. Someone did. It's like, that's what you're concerned about? Like, yeah, what it was, but someone outworked me. And it's a bad feeling to not feel like you accomplish as much as you can. So it's just all structure, how much you can get done. And, there's only a certain amount of time a day. So, it's just all structure, man.
Do you ever turn it off? Business, barbecue?
I tried to.
What helped you turn that off? What are you watching? What are you watching? Gordon Ramsay or something? Fishing?
Man, I actually watch a lot of like true crime stuff. So I'll watch a lot of like the podcasts. I used to like, if I come to my office and I got to do this or do that for a few hours, then, I used to play a lot of music, and I would put like random, whatever pops up on YouTube now, but it's something true crime. Yeah. For some reason, it just kind of chills me out.
Yeah. I'm the same way.
Yeah. Either that or like a comedian, like I like, the Trevino guy. He's fucking hilarious. One that's always our wife. So comedy or something serious, I don't, those are the two things that probably chill me out a little bit.
Yeah, I'm the same way, dude. Same thing. It's I started watching a lot of these chef competition shows, but starting getting like too anxious, I guess.
Yeah.
So I gotta stop watching that shit.
Well, now and that's like, it's weird, man. Like the higher the stakes, the calmer I get. And I started realizing that because when we got into Indianapolis, the World Food Championships, you go in there and for me, like I would never go back for the barbecue side, but live fire or like the chef side, that's where I really wanted to go to begin with. So I was watching them cook and whatnot, and man, I'll tell you what, you can tell who's a really excellent line cook, or chef, sous chef, whatever you want to call them, but you can tell who's actually a really good competitor. And they may have practiced for that one dish for 2 or 3 months, and then they get in there and you can tell their hands are shaky, they can't get stuff done, they're dropping shit, their mind goes all over the place. So to have that competition mindset and be able to turn it off and turn it on, that's what I tell people all the time. We're going to cook one-on-one together, we can cook right across from each other, and just me moving, it's going to be different. It sounds funny, man, but there's a huge difference between people who go out there and it's all methodology, and there's a difference between people who go out there and go every week and compete at a high level every single weekend. Go out there, and if you have a love for being a chef and cooking everything else, you kind of take that approach with everything. You're always giving people your best product, and so for me, it kind of comes down to that. Are you a really good cook, or are you a really good cook who can actually compete?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree, man. Well, cool. Well, where can anybody get your products and get information on Regi-Q? Facebook, Instagram, website?
Yeah. So our Facebook, Instagram, Regi-Q BBQ, our website, we ship out every single day. www.regiqbbq.com. So we ship out every day. Shipping is pretty cheap with us compared to other places. Kind of have a set price on what it starts off at, and then it's basically $1 for every product after that. So really good, reasonable prices on there, and you get all of our products there, including beef jerky and swag as well.
Man, we didn't even talk about the beef jerky, dude. The fuck.
Yeah.
That's a whole other show. That's a whole other show, huh?
Yeah.
That's a whole other show. Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome, man. I need to get some stickers at some point.
Yeah. I'll need to get something out to you.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, we'll let you get back to the baby, dude. I appreciate you coming on and
taking the time.
I appreciate it, man.
Sorry it took so long, but hey, we'll catch you on again for sure, dude.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. Man, thank you all again for having us. We really appreciate it.
Texas BBQ Bass, great show tonight. Good luck this year, Vincent. See you at the rodeo.
Yes, sir. I'll see you out there, brother.
Yep, that's coming up.
Didn't talk about the beef jerky. Colin. Son of a bitch, man. I got into beef jerky before I got into barbecue.
Yeah.
And I started making it, and that's an art form itself, dude.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like I said,
We use
that's a whole other
100%
show.
brisket too, so it takes some time.
Yeah, for sure. I was making so much of them. My wife said, "You need to stop making because that shit stinks."
Yes, that's what people don't understand. Like, there's a lot that goes into it, but the biggest thing is I turn into a fucking crack fiend and eat my product too much. So that's what if if it's not good enough to sell, I kind of put in a little baggie. And if I'm selling I'm sorry, beef jerky at a comp, here comes Daniel. He's like,
Gotta get it sick.
Yeah, he got that little fucking itch going. You look like the guy from that movie. But anyways, yeah.
What kind of dryer are you using before we let you go?
What kind of what?
The dryer.
So I do it a pretty unique way. I'll have to tell you offline sometime.
10-4.
Yeah. I don't want to go into too far into it because you'll see. I'll tell you offline sometime.
Hell yeah. Well, cool, Vincent. Well, man, thanks for coming on and like Colin said, good luck this year and
Absolutely.
dude, I want to see more of your product out there, man. It's a really good product and it deserves to be, have its place on the shelf for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you guys. Appreciate it, man.
Hey, appreciate it, Vincent.
Thanks.
Later, brother.
Later.
Later.
Man, it was a good show.
Man, that was good.
Yeah, it was.
A lot of information. So
I was hoping Flag over here putting on that, that team of his, but it's all right, bro. I got kicked off.
Hey,
Thought
is
maybe
that
a box runner, but
hey, you saw your Cowboy results.
For harder next year,
yeah, for sure, man.
Hey, is that a pro staff flag, Anthony, or is that just a Regi-Q flag?
Man, what you talking about? Let's go staff up there, son.
Oh.
Yeah, I do got to give a shout out, though, man. I mean, you over here, though, it's a deal over there. I don't got no flag yet, but yeah.
Hey, at least you have that.
Hey, man, I sport a jersey. Man, you're Juicy over there at Wells, man. I have people asking me about that. What can I get one of those? I was like,
Which
nah,
one?
you got to be in close with third. That's all it is. So
Oh,
he
shit,
only did like 5.
No, they just got to contact me, dude.
Yeah, that's
Cool, boys. Cool. What do we got next week? Sam?
I think next week is Eddie Morales, the Pit Father.
Hey, there you go.
So we're working on February, so I've got a couple lined up already, and I know we got the next 3 weeks scheduled out. So working on 4 weeks.
There you go.
Yes,
If
sir.
anybody wants to see anybody on the show, just hit us up. We'll get you on the show.
You want to see somebody you want to be on? Hit us up. Let us know.
Yeah, we're easy.
I say this is
like good night. Hell yeah.
Cool, boys. Well, we'll do it again next week. Hopefully.
All right, we'll see y'all, boys.
You guys have a great
All right.
evening.
Later.
Later, guys.
Later.
This is Parrish Randall, and this concludes this episode of Beyond the Smoke. Thanks for stopping by, friend. We hope to see you again real soon. Until next time, happy trails. Until we talk meat again.